My Weirder-est School, book number 4. Miss Blake is a Flake. Written by Gutman. Pictures by Jim Pelot. Chapter 1. Cheese doesn't have ears. My name is AJ and I hate getting my picture taken. Why do we always have to say cheese when somebody takes our picture? What does cheese have to do with anything? I guess it might make sense if you were taking a picture of a piece of cheese. But why would anybody take a picture of cheese? And even if you were crazy enough to take pictures of cheese, why would you bother saying cheese out loud? The cheese can't hear you. Cheese doesn't have ears. Anyway, the guys and I had just finished lunch in the vomitorium, and we scraped off our plates. Our plan was to go out on the monkey bars during recess and play with our Stryker Smith action figures. Stryker Smith is a superhero from the future who fights crime. As I was taking Stryker out of my backpack, I noticed a flyer taped to a table. It said, "Become a Beaver Scout." We all got excited. It said there was going to be a meeting in the vomitorium on Friday night. "I always wanted to be a Beaver Scout," said Neil, who we call the nude kid even though he wears clothes. Beaver Scouts are cool. My friend Billy, who lives around the corner, is a Beaver Scout. He gets to wear a uniform and win cool badges and stuff. Billy's always going on camping trips, and he told me Beaver Scouts get to do cool stuff, like shoot bows and arrows, make rockets, and blow stuff up. I'm not sure Beaver Scouts really get to blow stuff up, but I do know that they get to make campfires. Burning stuff up is almost as cool as blowing stuff up. And the best part about being a Beaver Scout, no girls are allowed. "I'm joining up," I said. "Me too," said Michael, who never ties his shoes. "Me three," said Ryan, who will eat anything, even stuff that isn't food. But you'll never believe who walked by the table at that moment. It was 2 girls from our class, annoying Andrea and crybaby Emily. "Shh," Ryan whispered as the girls approached. "Don't tell Andrea and Emily we're going to be Beaver Scouts. They'll be jealous." I sat on the edge of the table so Andrea and Emily wouldn't see the Beaver Scout announcement. We all started whistling to let the girls know we weren't hiding something. Because when you're whistling, you can't be hiding anything. "What you doing, Arlo?" asked Andrea, who calls me by my real name because she knows I don't like it. "Nothing," I said. "Hanging out. We're not hiding anything." "Why are you sitting on the table?" Emily asked. "It's recess. We get to go outside." "None of your beeswax," I replied. "We're just playing with Stryker Smith." "Fine," Andrea said as she scraped her tray into the garbage can. "Have fun playing with your doll, Arlo." "It's not a doll," I shouted at her. "It's an action figure." "Call it what you want," Andrea said, rolling her eyes. "Come on, Emily, let's play in the playground." Chapter 2. Say Tease. We had to wait 1,100,000 days for the Beaver Scout meeting. But it was okay because the flyer said we needed to wear the official Beaver Scout uniform. So my parents and I went on the official Beaver Scout website to buy an official Beaver Scout uniform. On the website, they sell all kinds of stuff Beaver Scouts need. Official Beaver Scout sleeping bags, official Beaver Scout tents, official Beaver Scout bug spray, and even official Beaver Scout toiletries. Finally, we found the page with a uniform. It's cool. It's brown with a Beaver Scout patches and stripes on the sleeves. It comes with a cap that has a bee on it and an official Beaver Scout neckerchief. A neckerchief is a lot like a handkerchief, except you wear it around your neck and you don't blow your nose into it. My parents ordered all that stuff. It cost them $1 million, plus shipping. I guess that means a ship delivers the stuff to your house. No wonder it cost so much money. We were afraid the Beaver Scout uniform wouldn't arrive in time for the first meeting. But that morning, we got a package in the mail. The regular mailman brought it. There was no ship. I ran upstairs to try on my uniform. It looked cool. I came downstairs and made a grand entrance for my parents and my sister, Amy. "You look so handsome, AJ," my mom said. She was getting a little choked up as she took pictures of me in my Beaver Scout uniform. "What a dweeb," commented my sister. We drove to school. When I got out of the car, I saw Ryan, Michael, and Neil in their Beaver Scout uniforms. Ryan's mom is really emotional, and she was wiping tears from her eyes. "You boys are getting so big," she blubbered. "Look at my baby Ryan. It seems like only yesterday that you were in diapers." "You were wearing diapers yesterday?" I asked Ryan. "We need to take pictures," my mother said, pulling out her cell phone. "Yes," agreed all the parents. Ugh, parents love taking pictures. "Do we have to?" I asked. "Of course we have to," my mother said. "This is a milestone." With grown-ups, everything is a milestone. You could burp, and my mother would act like you graduated from college. When grown-ups want to take pictures, there's no stopping them. "Say cheese," my mom ordered, pointing her phone at me. "Cheese," I grumbled. After that, she took a picture of my dad and me together. Then she took a picture of me and my sister. Then she took a picture of me and my dad and my sister. Then she took a picture of my dad and my sister. Then she asked my dad to take a picture of me and her. Then she asked me to take a picture of her and dad. Then she asked me to take a picture of her and my sister. Then she asked Ryan's dad to take a picture of our whole family. I thought I was gonna die of old age. When grown-ups take a picture, they have to get a shot of every possible combination of people. That's the first rule of being a grown-up. Finally, we finished the picture taking and went into the vomitorium. "I wonder who your Beaver Scout leader will be," my dad said. And you'll never believe who walked through the door at that moment. Nobody. You can't walk through a door. Doors are made of wood. But you'll never believe who walked through the doorway. You probably think it was the Beaver Scout leader, but it wasn't. So na-na-na-boo-boo on you. It was Andrea, Emily, and Alexia, and they were wearing Beaver Scout uniforms. Chapter 3. It's a tough world out there. "Eek!" I screamed. "Girls, who let you in here? Girls can't be Beaver Scouts." "They can too," Andrea replied. "Cannot," I said. We went back and forth like that for a while. "They changed the rules, Arlo," Andrea said. "Boys and girls can be Beaver Scouts. This is the 21st century, you know." I knew perfectly well what century it was. What did that have to do with anything? I was going to say something mean to Andrea, but I didn't have the chance, because you'll never believe who poked her head into the door at that moment. Nobody. Poking your head into a door would hurt. I thought we went over that in Chapter 2. But you'll never believe who poked her head into the doorway. "Attention!" a lady shouted. I had no idea what that meant, but everybody else did, because they all stood up straight, the way soldiers do in the army. I'm Miss Blake, the lady barked. I'm your Beaver Scout leader. Miss Blake was wearing a Beaver Scout uniform like mine, but with a cooler shoulder patch. She looked mean. Hello, Miss Blake, my dad said, sticking out his hand to shake. We're so happy to... But my dad didn't have the chance to finish his sentence. All parents out of the room, barked Miss Blake. Can we just stand in the back and take a few pictures? My mom asked. No, barked Miss Blake. Parents, get out! The parents made a beeline for the door. That was weird, because I've never seen bees get in a line. They usually just fly around every which way. Are we going to learn how to blow stuff up? I asked after all the parents were gone. No, barked Miss Blake. Line up for inspection in size order. We all pringled up. I had to stand in front of Andrea, who's the tallest kid in our class. Emily is the shortest. She looked like she was going to cry as usual. Miss Blake walked down the line, looking everybody over. Disgraceful, she barked at Emily. Stop whimpering like a jellyfish. Filthy, she barked at Michael. Tie your shoes. Disgusting, she barked at Neil. Comb your hair. Slovenly, she barked at Ryan. Trim your fingernails. A mess, she barked at Alexia. Neatness counts. Miss Blake was standing in front of me. She looked me up and down. I was shaking with fear. I thought I was gonna die. She stuck her face about 2 inches from mine. I heard what you said when I came into the room, Buster, she barked at me. Do you have a problem with girls? No, sir, I said. Ma'am, I didn't know what to call her. You'd better not, Miss Blake barked in my face. Your mother was a girl once, you know. Just once? I asked. I thought she was a girl all the time. Everybody giggled, even though I hadn't said anything funny. Are you trying to be smart, Buster? Miss Blake sneered at me. I wasn't sure how to answer that. Don't we go to school to be smart? Isn't being smart a good thing? Yes, seemed to be the answer. But from the look on her face, she didn't want me to say I was trying to be smart. And if I said I wasn't trying to be smart, that would mean I was trying to be dumb. I didn't know what to say. I've got my eye on you, Buster, Miss Blake said. What did I do? And why was she calling me Buster? Miss Blake moved on to Andrea, looking her up and down. Very nice, she said. This girl is neat, her hair is in place, her fingernails are trimmed, her posture is good, and she looks confident. I'm going to give you a sticker. The sticker said, Best Liner Upper on it. What? That's not fair. Nobody lines up better than me. Actually, I didn't care because stickers are lame. Grown-ups always think they're doing us a big favor by giving us stickers. They're just pieces of paper with sticky stuff on the back. If you want to give me something, give me a video game. But Andrea acted like Miss Blake had just given her $1 million. Thank you, Miss Blake, Andrea said. Then she smiled, the smile that she smiles to let everybody know she got something that nobody else got. Why can't a chuck full of stickers fall on Andrea's head? Miss Blake wheeled around to face the group. The rest of you are pathetic, she barked, but I'll whip you kids into shape. By the time I'm done, you'll be spitting nails. That sounded kind of cool, actually. Excuse me, said Alexia, raising her hand. I thought we were going to sell cookies and do arts and crafts projects. Cookies, snorted Miss Blake. Arts and crafts? That stuff is for wimps. It's a tough world out there, and the sooner you get tough, the better. Did I tell you about the time I was attacked by a bear? We just met like a minute ago, I said quietly. I was on a 50-mile hike, said Miss Blake, and I suddenly noticed a bear was stalking me. He was getting closer and closer. What did you do? Asked Andrea. I punched his face in, barked Miss Blake. That's what I did. It was a matter of survival. The thought of Miss Blake punching a bear was funny to me. I peeked at Ryan. He was peeking at me. He made a funny face, and I started giggling. I couldn't help it. Miss Blake wheeled around and glared at me. You think this is funny, Buster? She barked. You think I'm joking? Well, since you like jokes so much, I'll tell you a joke. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side? No, barked Miss Blake. That brave chicken crossed the road to save his injured buddy, who had just been run over by a train. It was lying there dying. That chicken risked his life to save his friend. Never leave your buddy behind. That's my kind of joke. It didn't seem like a very funny joke to me. Miss Blake is a flake.